Thanks Rectag for sponsoring this video. Peking duck. Created for royalty, there's one very special thing about it. That is that glassy looking skin that is super crispy and also the delicious meat. But what if you love steaks and duck not so much? That is why today we're going to be cooking beef the same way they do Peking duck. Is this going to be something delicious? I have no idea, but I cannot wait to try it. So let's begin. And everything starts off with this, the duck. The first thing you gotta do is to poke out any left feathers. That is quite important. Unlike the queen of all meat. Usually at this time I would trim out some of the fat, but since it's gonna go through a very lengthy process, I'm not gonna do anything with it. For the duck, the first thing to do is to go ahead and add some flavor inside. What is being applied is quite simple. Into a bowl, add in some 5 spice, followed by salt, hoisin sauce, and garlic. Now mix everything well and that's it. It doesn't get any easier than that. Now since we're adding a good amount of it inside of the duck, we have to do the same exact thing for the picanha. And since there's no cavity inside, we went ahead and split the whole thing in half. And just like the duck, the next thing to do is to go ahead and apply that marinade. As once this is done, the next step is to go ahead and close it up. Traditionally, Peking duck is closed with skewers. So we're gonna go ahead and give our best shot here to try to do the same this way. And I'll tell you one thing, it's quite challenging. Trussing it with butcher's twine would be a lot easier. But there must be a very important reason why this is done this way. Let me show you the duck. Before closing it up, you must detach the skin from the actual meat. And in order to do that, the best possible way is to use an air pump. And as you can clearly see, this works like a charm. Once the skin was detached, the next thing is to go ahead and close it up with the skewers. You gotta make it real nice and tight. Let's just say, the tighter the better. Next up, remove the wings, and the duck is nice and ready. Both of them, the duck and the picanha, got a hook. That way they can be hung. As the next step is to go ahead and apply a very important liquid. This will tighten up the skin and give some flavor. For this liquid, all you have to do is add some fennel seed to a pan, followed by star anise, cloves, cinnamon stick, Sichuan peppercorn, some soy sauce, and water. Mix everything well and bring it to a simmer. As soon as it's nice and hot, go ahead and apply a good amount to the picanha and also the duck. Once both are completely done, the next thing is to go ahead and make a glaze, because we're going to be applying it to the skin. For that, into a container, add in some honey followed by soy sauce. Mix everything well and heat it up. Once it's nicely cohesive like this, go ahead and apply to both of them. Keep in mind that it's going to fall down on something. Make sure to save it and reapply it as many times as you think it's necessary. As once that's done, take a look. We have a nice shine and glossy look, and both the duck and the picanha are looking quite interesting. The true picanha lovers might be really upset at me, or maybe not, as we have no idea what's about to happen next. As the next thing to do is to go ahead and let it dry out. For that, I'm going to be using my dry ager. I have the perfect environment for it, and since it has a fan inside, it should dry out the skin and the fat nicely. As that's happening, we went ahead and make some pancakes. No, not these style of pancakes that we have for breakfast. Some that are traditionally made with Peking duck. This one is quite simple though. Into a bowl, add in some all-purpose flour, followed by water. Mix everything well until you have a shaggy dough just like this, because now you need a little bit of a workout. Knead it as much as necessary in order to make it nice and smooth. We're talking about anywhere between 10 minutes to 20. As once the dough is looking like this, throw it back into a nice clean bowl, add a little bit of oil on top, and let it rest for 2 hours. Once the time is up, take it out, split the dough in 4 pieces, roll it into a log, and cut out small little pieces. Then go ahead and make small little balls, flatten them out, add some oil right on top, and place one on top of the other. That way you're able to stretch out both at the same time. Once that's done, go ahead and throw them into a steamer and let it go for about 10 minutes. Once the time is up, go ahead and take them out, peel them off just like this, and your pancakes are ready. Make sure to make a good amount, as these will fly out real quick. They are nice and chewy and absolutely perfect to go along with Peking duck. And let's see how it's going to be with Peking picanha. Talking about that, after 3 days in the dry ager, I took them out and take a look at the duck. You can clearly see that that skin got nice and dry, and honestly, it doesn't look that great. Now the picanha looks completely different, and it also smells quite unique. Unlike a pleasant smell of dry aging steaks, this one smells quite sweet. But now is where things get really interesting. First step is to throw them into a smoker. We want to get a nice smoky flavor, and for that I'm going to be using my RegTech Dual Fire. Now this grill is something that you've never seen before. That I can guarantee you. Yes, it is a smoker, but it has two chambers. One that you can smoke nice and slow, and another one that is straight up super hot. This section will be used for searing steaks and putting a nice crust on anything, and the other one to smoke. We did it for about 1 hour on low heat. Once that was done, you can clearly see the differences in color already, and the fat of the duck is already rendering underneath. The picanha, on the other hand, just completely changed color because of the smoke. So yeah, the picanha was already fully cooked, but the Peking duck needed more time. The next step is to go ahead and cook it, and to ensure underneath the Peking duck was also going to roast, we added a skewer, covered the whole thing up so that it does not burn, and into the oven it went. But after about 2.5 hours, take a look. Things are working perfectly underneath the skin. That is exactly what we're looking for. Now to finish that skin up. For that, outside we go with an oil at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and we start to baste. Keep in mind that we're doing the same exact thing to the picanha as well. Hopefully that fat is going to render nicely and get it nice and crispy. Because in the end, take a look. We got a nice beautiful Peking duck. And as it's being carved, oh man, there is so much work put into this one. But the results are quite impressive. And the picanha, it's something I've never experienced before. Slicing it nice and thin, it started to smell wonderful. I cannot wait to see how it's gonna taste. Now the question is, which one is going to be better? Well, we're about to find out right now. As now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to eat. So let's do it.
All right, everybody, and here we have our beautiful feast, Peking duck and Peking picanha.
I got one question for you, Guga. Was all of this ridiculously easy to make?
Why you gotta say that?
Because I know it's not. I know it's not.
So here's what we got going on. Peking duck is a very traditional dish. Peking picanha, there's no such thing. So what I want to do is compare both and let me know if it's good. Right. Enough talking. Peking duck, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Why is it so hard to make? Because it's so good, everybody. That's difficult to make.
Wow. Damn. Wow, that skin is so crispy.
It's super crispy. It's almost like chicharron, but made out of duck.
I don't know, if you guys have never had duck before, it's very similar to chicken in texture-wise, but the flavors are a lot different because of the marinades and all the stuff that you probably put it through, but this is delicious.
I've never tasted flavors like that. There's a hint of sweetness, a little bit of richness as well. There's so many ingredients in there that add such a deep flavor profile where it's so complex, so sophisticated, and it's just so delicious.
100%. But now, I'm curious about the Peking picanha. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Damn. Oh. The duck is duck. The beef is beef, everybody. Wow, I didn't think it was gonna work so well, and it works very nicely.
Damn, bro.
But it's so different than a normal picanha because you're used to a lot of savoriness. There's not so much savoriness here, and I love the fat.
You even get a little smoky flavor on this.
That delicious flavor that we felt on the duck got amplified on the picanha, especially in the fat. You can really tell that it absorbed it more, and it's just so much more flavorful. I love it.
It's so good. It's so good. Now, the traditional way of having Peking duck is this way here with pancakes. Go ahead and grab yours. I want to know what you guys think. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What is that sauce? Wow.
Oh man, that's good.
Damn. That is so delicious, everybody. That is amazing.
This is amazing. The Peking duck with the little dough, I don't know, pancake, whatever you want to call it. It is awesome. It tastes really good.
I think I like that pancake version more. I love how it's coated in the sauce so you have an additional flavor plus an additional moisture there that adds a nice little pizzazz and a nice little bang on top of this already extremely flavor. Yeah, I like it. I mean,
we got some pizzazz on this.
But now I'm curious about the picanha.
Okay.
Dig in.
Go on with this one.
Dig in.
This is a very different type of pancake now that I'm realizing, huh? It's easily foldable, it's translucent, it's
very thin.
It's very different.
Yeah, let's give it a try with picanha. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, come on. This is so much easier to make, everybody, and it's so delicious.
This is the winner for me. This is too good for it to not be the winner.
Say it like it is, Leo. Beef is better than duck.
I think so, bro. You know what? Forget it. I'm gonna say it, man. I like this beef. It's more flavorful. Man. It's more bold. It's more in your face, man. The duck is nice, but you get more of the sauce. On this one, you taste that beautiful sauce plus the beef, nice flavor right in your face. Love it.
100%.
I love this.
This is the best pancake I ever had in my life. This is the best pancake.
So this one is fantastic, but there's no crunch.
Yeah.
You guys notice that? You missed the crunch?
I do miss the crunch, but at the same time, the flavor of this one is just out of here, bro.
It's so good. If you're missing the crunch, put some chicharron on top, everybody. It'll be totally fine. But I got one more for you guys to try and check it out. Here what we got.
Oh my God. Look at the steam coming off of that thing.
Yeah, it means it's hot. Leo's like a little kid in a candy store.
I'm gonna tear this up, guys.
So open it up and do the same exact thing and put your picanha right in the middle, just like that. Close it up, make a sandwich. I wanna know which one is better, the pancakes or this one. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I think the ball bun works a lot better. That's just my saying.
I think you're right, Guga. That pancake was nice and unique, but the fluffiness and the softness of this bao bun is just unbeatable.
That's the right word. It's just so fluffy.
It is amazing, everybody. Such a nice way of having picanha. This was a total success. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.